It spoke of laws, balance, and order, written in light and enforced by fleets that crossed the stars like silent judges. For thousands of cycles, those laws decided which species could rise and which would fall. Most believed the system worked. Few questioned it. The outcasted knew the truth. Their worlds had once been part of the great galactic web, trade routes, shared skies, and councils filled with voices of many kinds. But then came the curse. No one remembered who created it, only that it marked certain species as dangerous, unstable, unacceptable. One by one, their privileges were removed, their names vanished from records, their worlds were isolated. When famine and chaos followed, the galaxy turned away and called it justice. Among the outcasted was Ceres Valkith, last daughter of a broken royal line. She had been young when the exile began, but exile aged faster than time. She learned to lead not from crowns, but from loss. She watched her people scatter across dying systems, chased not by warships at first, but by silence. Now silence was all that remained. Their final refuge drifted near the edge of known space, a damaged fleet of mismatched vessels held together by stubborn will and fading hope. Supplies were nearly gone. Engines failed more often than they worked. The stars ahead were uncharted, and the stars behind were forbidden. Ceres stood alone on the command deck, her hands resting on a cracked console. Beyond the viewport, space stretched endlessly, beautiful and empty. She wondered if this was how extinction felt, quiet, slow, and unseen. "We cannot turn back," one of her advisors said softly. His voice carried exhaustion, not fear. The council's warning was clear. Any who shelter the cursed will share their fate. The galaxy had made its choice long ago. "Then we move forward," she said. Her voice was calm, though her thoughts were heavy. "Even if there is nothing waiting for us." Weapon systems, long unused, came online in panic. Some of Ceres's people cried out. Others lowered their heads, certain this was the end. Humans were new to the galaxy, young, unpredictable, powerful in strange ways. The Council had tolerated them only because they did not yet challenge the old order. Ceres straightened as the main screen activated. A human face appeared, tired eyes, short dark hair, a uniform worn thin by use rather than display. He did not look like a conqueror, he looked like someone who had seen too much war. "I am Commander Elias Rowan," the man said. His voice was steady but not cold. "You have entered human-controlled space. Please identify yourselves." "We are refugees," she said. "We seek no conflict, only survival." Commander, an officer whispered, "Those are the outcasted, if we let them stay. Just do not destroy us." The officer stared. "Sir." Humans did not hide behind beauty, they built to endure. Elias met her at the airlock. "You are taking a risk," she said. "So are you," he replied. Their eyes met, and in that moment something shifted, not trust, not yet, but recognition. Two leaders standing against forces larger than themselves. Over the following days, talks continued. Humans asked questions, outcasted answered carefully. Stories were exchanged, not as accusations, but as truths. Some humans feared the curse. Some wanted the refugees gone. Others argued that turning them away would make humanity no better than the Council. Ceres watched it all with guarded hope. She had expected cages. Instead, she was given a room with a window. She had expected threats. Instead, she was given time. But the curse did not sleep. One night, as the station drifted peacefully, Ceres woke in pain. Energy burned beneath her skin, stronger than it had been in years. The mark of the curse pulsed like a warning. She knew what it meant. The curse was reacting to human space. It was changing. Far away, unseen by both humans and outcasted, galactic sensors detected the anomaly. Signals were sent. Fleets were mobilized. The galaxy had noticed, and it would not forgive humanity for this choice. Ceres stood by the window, staring into the stars, her hand trembling as the glow beneath her skin brightened. For the first time since exile, she felt something other than despair. Fear, not for herself, but for the ones who had opened their doors. Human space did not feel like freedom, not at first. For the outcasted, every open door felt like a test. Every kind word carried a hidden edge. They had lived too long under fear to believe safety came without a cost. Ceres Valkith walked through the human station's wide halls, her steps slow and careful. Humans moved freely around her, working, laughing, arguing about small things. No guards followed her. No chains waited at the end of the corridor. That scared her more than prison ever had. Her people were scattered across docking rings and temporary living zones. Humans had given them shelter, food, and access to repairs. In return, they asked only one thing: honesty. Commander Elias Rowan watched everything from a distance. He carried the weight of his choice like armor. Some human leaders supported him. Others warned him he was risking humanity's future for strangers cursed by the galaxy itself. At night, Elias reviewed reports alone. Energy readings, political messages, council threats hidden behind polite language. Remove them, the council advised, or be removed with them. Elias closed the report and stared at the stars beyond his office window. Humanity had once been judged unworthy too, not cursed, but ignored, left to survive on its own. They had survived. Still, survival always had a price. During joint training sessions, humans and outcasted worked side by side. Trust grew slowly, like something fragile learning to breathe. Some humans admired the strength and discipline of the outcasted. Some outcasted were confused by human kindness. Saris observed quietly. She spoke little, but she learned much. She saw that humans argued openly, even with leaders. She saw that failure was allowed, even forgiven. These things felt dangerous to her. Her people had survived by control, by silence. One afternoon, Elias joined her near the observation deck. "You keep watching," he said. "But you never rest. You cannot promise that." If humans were risking everything to protect them, then she would risk fear to protect humans. The tests revealed something unexpected. The curse was not random. It responded to emotion, to intent, to choice. Human scientists watched in disbelief as readings changed when Saris spoke of hope and stabilized when she stood near Elias. "It's not corruption," one researcher whispered. "It's containment." A human patrol ship was destroyed near the edge of space. No survivors. The signal bore the mark of the Galactic Council. Fear spread quickly. Some humans demanded the outcasted be removed at once. Others stood in front of them, literally refusing to move. Elias called an emergency assembly. "This attack was meant to scare us," he said, and it worked. "But fear does not decide who we are. And they are choosing you. You can feel them. We'll find another way." They were here to erase a mistake. On the human station, alarms echoed through every level. Fighters launched. Shields powered up. Civilians were moved to safety. The outcasted stood beside humans, not as guests now, but as defenders. Saris Valkith felt the curse burning beneath her skin like a living storm. It no longer whispered. It spoke clearly. "This is why you were made." She closed her eyes and steadied her breath. Fear would only make it worse. Commander Elias Rowan stood at the center of the command deck, issuing orders with calm precision. His voice never shook, even as reports grew darker. "They outnumber us," an officer said, "and their weapons. As long as it takes." Human shields flared under pressure. Stations shook, but they did not fall. Saris watched the battle from a secure chamber, her hands clenched at her sides. Every strike echoed inside her. The curse responded to destruction, pulling power from the chaos. She knew the truth now. The curse was a lock, and she was the key. Long ago, an ancient force had threatened the galaxy, something that fed on order, control, and fear. Saris's people had been chosen to seal it away, bound to carry that burden forever. The galaxy had not thanked them. It had erased them. Now the seal was weakening, not because of war, because of hope. Elias entered the chamber, his face marked with exhaustion. "You should be resting," he said. "There is no rest for this," Saris replied. "You are losing ships." "You won't do this alone," Elias said. "I must," she replied. "This is my people's debt." "I won't do that anymore." "Fulfilling what I was made for," she said. Before he could stop her, the energy surged. The curse erupted in light, pure, overwhelming, but controlled by Saris's will. Not rage, not fear, choice. Across space, the effect was immediate. Galactic ships faltered. Systems shut down. Ancient symbols appeared across their hulls, marks older than their laws. The sealed force responded, pulled back into silence. The fleet stopped, but Saris screamed. The power tore through her, rewriting her existence. Elias ran forward, reaching for her through the field. "Saris," he shouted. She looked at him, her form glowing, her voice barely holding shape. "Remember," she said, "we were more than what they named us." The battle ended. Human space was quiet again. Elias held her still body, fear crushing his chest. The curse marks were gone or changed into something unfamiliar. Medical teams rushed in. No one spoke. Hours passed, then days. The galaxy broadcast a message: withdrawal, confusion, denial. They did not apologize. They never would. But they retreated. Humanity had won. At a cost no one could measure. Elias sat beside Saris, watching for any sign of life. Finally, her fingers moved, his breath caught. Her eyes opened, different now, clear, calm, powerful, but distant. She looked at him as if seeing the world for the first time. "Elias," she said slowly, "what have I become?" The galaxy did not celebrate peace, it feared it. After the battle, silence spread faster than any signal. The Galactic Council withdrew its fleets, but it did not offer apology or repair. Instead, it watched, it studied, it whispered. Human space became quiet but not calm. Saris Valkith lay awake in the medical chamber, staring at the ceiling that shifted like slow clouds. Her body felt lighter, yet heavier than ever. The curse was gone, but something remained, something deeper woven into her being. She could feel space now, not just see it, but sense it. Distance, motion, life. The sealed force no longer struggled inside her. It rested, shaped by her will. That frightened her more than pain ever had. Commander Elias Rowan visited her every day. Sometimes he spoke. Sometimes he simply sat beside her, reminding her she was not alone. "You saved us," he said one day. Saris turned her head slowly. "I ended something. That does not make me a savior." Humans and outcasted stood together, uncertain but hopeful. She looked different now, not glowing, not crowned, just changed. Some stepped back, others stepped closer. The outcasted gathered first. For generations they had carried shame not of their making. Now they looked at Saris not as a ruler but as proof. "You broke the chain," one elder said. "No," Saris replied gently. "We all did. Together. And we were told we were cursed," she added. "That our existence was a danger, but danger was never our nature. Silence was. Not conquerors, not rulers, choosers. In private, Saris struggled. Power answered her thoughts now. Sometimes she feared she would lose herself. Elias noticed the distance growing in her eyes. "You don't have to carry this alone," he told her. "I don't know who I am without the curse," she said. "Then we find out," he replied. "Together or apart. Whatever you choose." She accepted neither. Elias remained a commander, but his role changed. He defended borders less and ideas more. Humanity's strength was no longer just in ships, but in reputation. Years later, a signal arrived from beyond known space. Ancient, faint, watching. Saris felt it first. She stood beside Elias on a quiet world under open sky. "It's not hostile," she said. "Not yet." Somewhere in the deep dark, something ancient paused and waited to see what kind of people humanity.